Our next speaker is Tara English, who's the owner of Brooklyn Cafe. This year, Tara helped lead an effort to establish social districts in Wilmington, which allows people to buy alcoholic drinks at a participating establishment and consume it anywhere within a designated area. The goal is to boost economic vitality, support small businesses, and promote the city's food and beverage scene. While new to Wilmington, there are already 50 other social districts in North Carolina. Please join me in welcoming to the stage to share more.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, and it's such an honor. I will say that the con is having to follow those two speakers. I think next time I'll request to go first. Although I run 3 businesses currently, I have never actually created a PowerPoint presentation. So when Rob asked me, I kind of feel like I threw them for a loop when I said that I have never done that. So I unfortunately don't have a bunch of graphics to show you, but I do have a story that I hope you enjoy. So I wanted to start with a little bit of a background about myself so you have an understanding of my passion. So does anybody here remember the Carolina Omelet House in Castlehane? Is there anybody that remembers that? Okay, I see you. So that is where I got my start in the restaurant and hospitality industry as a 16-year-old girl. And ever since then, over 30 years, I have found myself in the industry, now owning 2 restaurants myself and also running a full-time real estate team. So that is how I got my start. And as you know, if you've ever owned or worked in the restaurant industry, it is an incredibly rewarding but yet difficult industry to be in, with an incredibly high failure rate. So everybody in this room can probably recall at least 2 to 3 restaurants or bars or cafes that have closed in the last couple of years. My family and I opened Brooklyn Cafe almost 9 years ago in the Brooklyn Arts District, and most recently, Skyline Cafe in the Skyline Center. Being able to keep the doors open hasn't always been easy, and like a lot of my friends in the industry, we still struggle. Our industry was hit very hard during COVID, and a lot of restaurants are still digging their way out. Between inflation, tariffs, labor shortage, we've had to weather so many storms in the last few years, which has encouraged us to get very creative in ways to continue our businesses. Over the last 5 years, my team and I, and the Brooklyn Arts District Collective, have been working together as a group not to improve just our own businesses, but all of the businesses around us, creating a better sense of community for the entire Brooklyn Arts District. And I do have a map that they'll put up in just a second. There it is. So this is the map that we're going to use for the actual Brooklyn Arts Social District, and I'll explain a little bit more shortly. So we have been able, because we've been working together in such a capacity, to bring Wilmington some of its most popular and recognized events for our area, such as the Coffee Crawl, which draws about 1,000 people to the Brooklyn Arts District every year for that one event. We also have the Alt Azalea Music Festival, which last year we had over 60 local musicians provide their time and talent for us at no charge, which draws in a tremendous crowd. We have things like the Margarita Crawl, and we actually had our first Bad Day Music Festival, which had national touring musicians and local artists perform this summer underneath the 4th Street Bridge. That was a tremendously fun event. We also almost have 30 businesses in the Brooklyn Arts District, from breweries to bakeries, salons, event space, rentals, nonprofits, and art studios. So in the Brooklyn Arts District, there is something literally for everybody. One day while we were trying to come up with ideas and details for an upcoming event in August of 2024, Scott Wagner, the owner of the Goat and Compass, which has now been in the district for over 13 years and has weathered many storms himself there, mentioned that it would be an amazing idea if Wilmington had a social district. At that point, I really didn't know too much about social districts, but I definitely do now. A social district is a designated area where participants can take a purchased alcoholic beverage that has been placed in a labeled cup or a reusable cup out of that establishment and move freely throughout the district. The purpose of a social district is to allow and move people through a designated area to increase the economic opportunities for businesses within a social district. It also encourages exploration of that area and enhances an overall experience. It encourages community interaction as well. Social districts operate under the guidelines of the North Carolina Alcohol Beverage Control Commission. Currently in North Carolina, like Rob said, there are over 55 social districts currently operating. So we were not exactly reinventing the wheel. We were just bringing Wilmington an opportunity to become a better economic place for many districts. When we started the process, I was not familiar that they existed in North Carolina at all. Towns like Whiteville, High Point, Selma, and cities like Raleigh and Charlotte all have social districts. So the size of the town or the city really does not matter when it comes to a social district. So Scott Wagner and I decided to start the process to bring a social district to Wilmington in 2024. With the support of Wilmington Downtown Incorporated, the Downtown Business Alliance, of which I sit on the board, and over 24 participating businesses, we set out on a journey that took us about 13 months to get exactly where we are now. In February of this year, after several months of hard work, research, and a united front, the Brooklyn Arts District Collective went in front of City Council and for a vote and won the opportunity for Wilmington's first social district pilot. We had 5 members in support, which provided us the opportunity to open in February every Saturday from 12 to 5 for the pilot program. Behind the scenes, we work closely with Waste Services, WDI, the police department, fire department, and city officials to make sure public safety was top priority. There was zero room for error, and all eyes were on the Brooklyn Arts District to ensure that the social district went off without any issues. I've sold $100 million in real estate and opened several businesses in my lifetime, and the pressure of this moment definitely topped it all. The Brooklyn Arts District Social District consists of a 10-block radius spanning from Flytrap Brewing all the way down to Don Luca Pizzeria, with a little jut off the side to Eagles Dare. The Brooklyn Arts Social District has a color-coded system which illustrates which businesses are participating and how they are participating. Participation in a social district is completely optional. Businesses, even though they're located within the district, are not obligated to participate. If a business sells alcohol, it will allow you to take alcohol out of their establishment. They have a green sticker. If a business does not sell any alcohol, such as Boom Pilates or Pineapple Studios, but they would allow alcohol in, they have a pink sticker. If a business does not want to participate, they have a red sticker. So we have businesses that are clearly marked. You may not bring in any outside alcohol at all. The alcohol is only purchased from participating establishments. During the pilot, we had, and this is one of my favorite statistics, we had over 8,000 people come out and enjoy the social districts over 3 Saturdays. We saw every single age demographic, from grandparents holding grandkids' hands and enjoying the day to young adults enjoying the live music and artisans that were set up along the way selling their goods. Wilmington residents came out in full force and proved that they were ready and supported this initiative. Every business in the district that participated had increased sales. Most establishments reporting their sales 3 to 4 times their normal Saturday business. And Saturdays in the restaurant industry are typically the busiest day. We had several businesses that reported breaking their existing sales records. Some of the businesses have been open for more than 10 years and have never seen business like this before. Businesses that don't even sell alcohol, like Boom Pilates and Pizzeria Don Luca, had record sales, and they don't serve a drop of alcohol. Alex White, the owner of Pizzeria Don Luca, has been one of our most outspoken supporters, and if you've ever listened to him talk about how the social district was a game changer for him, you'd understand how critical this initiative is to small business. I sell alcohol at Brooklyn Cafe, but during the pilot, it was a very small portion of my sales, which proves people buy more than just alcohol in a social district. They are out supporting the variety of businesses. From a safety perspective, and this was definitely incredibly important to us, we were pleased to report back to the city that we did not have public safety issues at all. Absolutely none. There were 0 calls to police, 0 calls to fire, 0 calls to EMS, and no issues from an ALE perspective. We heard from a lot of the residents within the path of the social district that the neighborhood was cleaner than it had ever been. The social district proved to be an overwhelming success and do exactly as intended, which was to provide economic growth by moving people through the area and enhance the overall experience for those coming downtown. Since the pilot, a large majority of the businesses have increased staffing, bringing more job opportunities to the downtown area. After the pilot, we worked alongside city officials to create a blueprint for what a social district requirement looks like for our area. A social district oversight committee was put in place to make sure that applicants meet the criteria. This is for everybody's benefit. Nobody wants to see a social district that doesn't benefit small businesses, and also we have to keep public safety first. In September, we went back in front of City Council for another vote to move forward with a permanent social district. After another 5-2 vote, we won the opportunity to continue the social district on the first and third Saturday of every month. If in 6 months we go back, everything's still great, we'll move forward with an every Saturday social district from 12 to 5 p.m. We chose 12 to 5 p.m. because in the Brooklyn Arts District that stays sort of in line with all of the events that we have. So that is why we are not pushing for a nighttime social district, and we are not pushing for a 7-day social district. We simply want it in place every Saturday for 12 to 5. For the social district to have continued success, consistency will be key, and we hope that the new administration and council members will continue to support the small business community and allow the social district to continue every Saturday in 2026. Small business is the backbone of our society, and initiatives in change like social districts provide an opportunity for these businesses to thrive. The hospitality industry are not typically provided opportunities for grants or handouts, so innovation and progress and collaboration are key to our success. Downtown Wilmington has been a part of my life since 1986, and by far my favorite place in the area. To say I'm passionate about continuing to improve downtown Wilmington is an understatement. I hope today that you've learned some valuable information about the initiatives like the social district that benefit our local economy. And again, thank you so much for having me.